Hello and welcome to another edition of the Hornet Report. I'm Jennifer Pomarico.
And I'm Kevin Kloss. Here's what's coming up on this week's episode.
The school has crowned a brand new Mr. Holmdel. We'll show you the highlights and talk with the winner, Evan Pabuda. Musicians and singers from Holmdel displayed their talents at the annual district concert. Luke Lograno gives us this week's sports report. And Poetry Out Loud finalist Julia Shapiro joins us in the studio for a special interview. Here's Kevin with our first story.
There was plenty of talent on display at the recent Mr. Holmdel contest, and the best of the bunch was junior Evan Pabuda. Hornet Report correspondent Isabelle Zoccolo was on the scene.
Thanks, guys. This year's Mr. Holmdel is supposed to be pretty revealing. I talked to some of the contestants after their performances. What made you pick The Lion King for your song?
Well, I was actually on YouTube, just like browsing videos, and I came across the really epic intro where it's like, "Nah, si beña," and I was like, okay, something needs to be done about this.
What was it like working with Anton?
Anton made a great line, and he looks very light actually, but he's compact muscle because holding him up for like 30 seconds I thought my spine was going to break.
What inspired your talent?
Well, I hung out with my friend Annabelle Kostev, and we came up with some music together, and then last night she choreographed the whole thing, and we threw it all together.
Me and Sam practiced a lot of routine, and we got the idea from the Jimmy Fallon show.
Didn't you enjoy being in the competition?
It was good. I liked all the contestants, and it was just a good time all around. It was fun.
I think the people that won did a good job. I think everyone out there kicked some butt today, so it was a lot of fun. Hope we raised a lot of money.
I thought everybody else did a really nice job. I think anybody could have won.
That about wraps it up here. Back to you in the studio.
All of us at the TV and Film Society would like to take some time to mention several of our members who were honored at last week's Township Committee meeting and more recently at Wednesday's Board of Ed meeting. The members were recognized for their exceptional work on the PSA Holmdel Helps Keansburg. The students honored were seniors Jacqueline Nelson, Nick Marchese, Michael Stanziale, sophomore Sal Cardinale, and of course our very own Kevin Kloss. Also present was the TV and Film Society's advisor, Mr. Dina Vallis.
It means a lot because we would have done all this work without even getting any acknowledgement because it's just a good cause and you just always want to help people who are struggling or in need.
Even though the award is great and everything, the main thing is that we need to get this message across of the devastation in Keansburg and to show everybody just what is going on in other towns.
I'm just tremendously proud. I'm not surprised, though, because I have seen this spirit before in other efforts they have taken. They have given donations to the food bank, and they have done other things that are just wonderful, and they continue to do them, and it's a life lesson. I believe that they will, as adults, continue because it does feel good to give. And it ennobles you. It ennobles the spirit. And so how do I feel? I couldn't be prouder.
To date, the Holmdel Helps Keansburg project has raised more than $100,000 for Keansburg residents whose homes were damaged during Superstorm Sandy.
In other news, the district concert was recently held in the auditorium. The concert is a showcase of the various bands and choirs from village school all the way up to the high school. Jacqueline Nelson reports.
The annual district concert proved to be an exciting event. For the high school students, it was especially gratifying to look back on their younger years in the program.
Seeing the younger groups perform reminded me of when I was little and playing in those groups, and it just kind of brought back memories.
Mr. Gecki says that this is one of the most important concerts we do because we inspire the younger generations, and likewise, we get to see where we came from. I was in that position, and I looked up to the high schoolers, and the work they were doing was just, I did not think I could do that. And to be up there doing that and singing at that level is just amazing. And we sang Les Mis medley, which was a lot of fun because I personally just love Les Mis.
What was your favorite part of your performance tonight?
Probably the audience, just hearing them having fun, listening to the music.
Just being able to share music with other people.
We played Dance on Number 2, and I think it went well. That song has a lot of solos in it, and I liked seeing all of our hard work pay off into a nice performance.
Thanks, Jackie. Let's talk sports. The boys' tennis team is currently undefeated and ranked number 3 in the state under head coach Chuck Chelednik. The defending Group 2 state champs are hoping to repeat in 2013.
Our first hope, I guess, is just to defend our state title. We won Group 2 states last year, and we definitely want to repeat that this year. And I think all the guys are really looking forward to states this year because we really want to compete in the tournament champions and hopefully capture that title as well.
Well, we've been practicing as a team a lot over the summer. Actually, well, last year we won group states, but we didn't win tournament champions. We made it to the semifinals of that, but this year we're going to take it all.
Hope to have a great season and hopefully win the states.
In other news, the boys and girls track teams have been performing great. Both teams are 2-0, defeating Raritan and SJV. The boys baseball team defeated Shore Regional 17-12. Congratulations to Jack Baisley and Marin Warner, who qualified for the prestigious Penn Realize later this month. The boys golf team defeated Manalapan, Ocean Township, and Marlboro to move on to 3-1 on the season. And the girls had a big win over Freehold Borough and are ranked number 3 in the Shore Conference.
How are you feeling about your upcoming lacrosse season?
I feel good. We're returning a lot of players, and we have a lot of chemistry like we had last year. Hopefully we're looking to play into the Shore Conference playoffs this year.
The reasons why I think we're going to be so good is because we really have a very, very good goalie in John Tashone. This is our biggest team ever. I think we're at 48 players combined. So 26 JV players, 25 JV players, which is just great. New players coming in. Really exciting. Some new athletes, some basketball players, some soccer players coming out, and they're really helping us. It's really been a nice turn.
What are your main rivals, or what are some teams you're worried about?
Big team, definitely RFH. We play CBA this year. That's another good team. But we play a lot of good teams during our scrimmages. Coach set it up pretty well so that we're going into the season with a lot of confidence.
We have a tremendous starting week to start. We're going to play in 3 games. Is going to be Rumson and then CBA and then Mendham from up north New Jersey. So it's going to be a really tough 3 out of 4 games right away. And then the traditionals, Manasquan and RBC. And then Kinnelon comes down from northern New Jersey. They're a state power. So we've really blended in northern powerhouses with really good Shore Conference teams too.
Imaged Mawa, a very good team this past Saturday. We lost 11-5, but we played well.
We love the fact that we're growing every year. A big news is that we started an HYA lacrosse program, and there's already 110 boys in it already, from kindergarten through 8th grade, and this program works with them. So we think that over the next few years we'll start getting an influx of maybe 15 players every year, which we've never had before, and that's only going to help the program even more. So yeah, we're definitely on the upswing.
That about wraps it up for me. I'm Luke Lograno.
Keep fighting, Holmdel. You may read poetry or post lines from your favorite poems on Twitter, Tumblr, and other social networking sites, but have you ever stood in front of an audience to recite this poetry? Sophomore Julia Shapiro did, and she's quite good at it. She joins us now in the studio. Hello, Julia.
Hi.
Now, Julia, you won the HHS Poetry Out Loud competition and moved to the finals in Red Bank. Very simply, how does it feel to have gone that far?
It feels really cool. The whole experience has been extremely rewarding, and it's just really cool to be able to honor my school. So.
The poem you read was Blackberrying by Sylvia Plath. Why did you choose this poem?
I've always really liked Sylvia Plath and her poetry. It kind of has this dark, kind of twisted feel to it, but it's also really beautiful. So the moment I read the poem, I fell in love with it, and I knew that I really wanted to do it.
Nobody in the lane and nothing but blackberries. Blackberries on either side, though on the right mainly. A blackberry alley going down in hooks, and a sea somewhere at the end of it, heaving.
What does your poetry do for you?
For me, poetry has definitely improved my self-confidence because going out on stage and reciting a poem does take a lot out of you, and I feel like you don't have a character necessarily to hide behind. So being able to recite the poem has definitely improved my stage presence and the way that I perform.
Well, thank you, Julia, for coming in today.
Thank you for having me.